Bro, you guys can't get enough of Jarl. It's actually wild to me. You know that? It's wild to me. What's happening, guys? Greatness? You're not talking about me. You're talking about you. I already know. So, here's what we could do today instead of look at 5 Jarl lists and maybe a bonus Arachne list that I've been playing around with. We could just play Ocarina of Time because I figured out a way to play it on the computer with like all new textures and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of sweet, right? It's kind of sweet. But no. We're card gamers. We got to do the card gaming thing. So good to see the regulars here. Damo, we got Brett. Brett joins in every once in a while. He joins in most times. I don't usually see you in the very beginning of the stream. You like my mug? It's a math joke. Okay, we got a few people in here hanging out. At like 9. But OOT is so good, I know. Hey, hold on. In the meantime, while we're waiting on people to join, I'll show you guys this hotness that I got going on. Hold on. Let's see. I gotta make a new one. So no, that's gameplay. Generic screen share. Oh my gosh. What is this? Look, I'm just excited about this, so just give me a second. I'm lost. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is ship. Okay. All right, check this out. Is it working? Oh, it's not working. Oh, hold on. Bear with me. This. Nope, that is my file manager. Whoops. Can you guys hear it? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Isn't that sick? I know, hey, we're playing, we're not playing Talistar today, we're playing Ocarina of Time. Just kidding, just kidding. Oh, there it goes. Right? No? Alright. Well, anyway, this is cool. If you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, maybe we'll do that one day. But let me get rid of this. Quit. Alright, back to the regular stuff. So, okay, so let's go to my decks that I have over here. Chrome. Alright. So hopefully you guys can see all of this. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. You're prepared today, Brett. I appreciate it. What's up, all in together now? You're an 80s baby. Sorry, I'm catching up. Let me go back a little bit. OT is so good. Absolutely. It's one of my favorite games. 80s baby. You never played a Zelda game in your life? How in the world are you an 80s baby and have never played a Zelda? That's what I want to know. Because they're like some of the best games ever. Got your invite last week. Congratulations, all in together now. Hello, Valeur. I am doing well. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Brett, you were prepared today. That's good. I appreciate that. Ed, if you were going to play fantasy game, play The Witcher. Oh yeah, see, I have The Witcher 2. I never finished it. But I got through, I don't know, probably like half of it. I thought it was pretty sweet. But yeah, so today, like I was saying, we're going to be talking about some of these lists here. So I'm just trying to help out you guys. Thank you for submitting in the poll on what you wanted to see. I was either going to play Mario, maybe a Victor list, or talk about Jarl some more. And everybody wanted to see more Jarl because Jarl is cool, right? He's got Earth and Ice cards and Oakenold. The not Oldham spec for some reason. So you were interested in watching, then you saw CYB. That doesn't mean we're playing CYB. Like, if we play some games, you know, if this doesn't take 2 hours, which it shouldn't, then you guys will be allowed to pick out of these 5 lists what you want to see. Okay, so here is a fatigue list. This is very much based around the battle hardened list. So the only big differences, right, is Coronet Peak. I cut Stalagmite, even though we tested a game last week on stream where the Stalagmite into Syndra was very good. That was the only matchup it was for. And after talking with some other highly skilled individuals, more skilled than me, they said that you can potentially just fatigue them with Coronet Peak and having Rampart, and also having a Heart of Findle. So I don't have that in the list. I need to find that. That was the big thing, so that's actually kind of important. If you don't have Heart of Findle, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but you can play the more original list that is in there. So let's go ahead and do that. We swapped the truce out for that. Okay, but everything else is basically the same, right? You know, we're swapping truce out for that, playing the Towering Titans, and then I'm kind of like wanting to try this out. You know, the Slap Happy. I've heard really good things about this. It's good into the Flick Knives and whatnot, and then when you're playing your sledge matchups, it allows you to sledge on your off-tunic turns, which is really, really neat. That's really good. Everything else is basically exactly the same, as you can see. I did cut the Stalagmite, like I said, so that allowed us to have a little bit more room here for the Slap Happy, and then I believe I cut the Blizzard. The Blizzard is the only other cut. So yeah, this list, very minor. I think this is kind of a proven list. We can kind of show you what you would want to do. I'm not going to go through everything in here, but Arachne, you play basically Fatigue, almost everything except for one Remembrance. And playing Sledge. This is a deviation from what they were saying in their list. So Sledge, when you're playing Slap Happy, is just really strong, and they do have ways to kind of get rid of your deck, right, with their banishes and their contract cards and whatnot. So I do like having, the Sledge, and I don't think the Rampart is that great, just because their dagger has piercing and whatnot, right? So I'm not overly joyed playing that card into specifically Arachne and like the assassins that have these piercing weapons, right? But talking about some of these other ones, so I was going back and forth on whether or not to play Staunch Response, and because of the existence of Azalea and some of these other kind of 2-card go tall decks, right, like Brutes and Guardians and whatnot, I think the Staunch Response is warranted enough. It's good against the Warriors and whatnot as well. But yeah, Slap Happy, pretty good here. You're going to notice that I'm going to be playing Slap Happy into a pretty good amount of things. Into Aurora, I do not play Slap Happy, right? Because it's just not amazing. 2-block, it's kind of mid. It's just really good into the Assassins and when you're wanting to play Sledge, right? So Syndra here, so this is the big deviation that I wanted to kind of talk about. So against Syndra, the kind of idea is to outlast their flicks with your Count Your Blessings, to kind of play your 0 for 4 D-reacts to kind of counteract their 0 for 4 attacks, right? Having some Remembrance to kind of claw back whenever you do get to an in-game state, and they can potentially kind of fatigue you out with some dagger situation. But the idea is if you can keep them off of their 5-card hands with the Coronet Peak, when you're able to keep an extra card, it's pretty strong. Then you use your Rampart and your Tunic in conjunction, or when you have a CYB and your Rampart to kind of get that value out of your extra resources. Then the Heart of Findle in the very late game, they can't really kill you, right? Because the thought process is you block their dagger with a Rampart, pitching your Heart of Findle when you're in a single loop. You gain the life back, that stops the 2, and then if they break the chain to attack you again with their daggers, then obviously you're getting your Rampart value back again, and then you're able to swing back with the Titan's Fist and get out of that. And if you don't own Truce and Stamp, what would you put in its place? You could play like Nerves of Steel or Embolden or something along those lines. Embolden's pretty bad, actually. Probably don't play that one. It's pretty bad in the new. But Nerves of Steel is, not terrible. You can play that if you have that Majestic. There's a few cards that you could probably play. So let's look at Guardian 3 power non-attacks. So yeah, there's that in Bolton, like I was talking about. You already play Imposing Visage. You could play Emerging, I guess. The idea is you want it to be 3 cost, so it supplements your hammer, right? So Nerves of Steel. You could play Roiling if you own them. I don't hate this card. Usually I would want some other supplemental card like a Seismic Stir. This one being 3 block is better than Tectonic Rift. So if you wanted to kind of play this combo for Viszerai, I think there's some merit to that too in this still Viszerai meta for the 1 week that he's going to be around. But yeah, so those are some options that you could probably mess with. So yeah, Syndra, like I was saying, you know, you get to a late game loop and then you can kind of counteract that with Heart of Final. So next is, don't have to talk about Enigma, Florian. You're playing Sledge Gaming, Slap Happy Stonks, right? Ira, you could play either or, the Rampart or the Sledge. I'm not like overly on one side or the other, right? So I think the matchup might be a little unfavored depending on their deck construction. So it just depends, right? Like if you know it's going to be a very, very, very long game, then the Sledge might be a little bit better for you. But right now it's kind of one side or the other, whatever you prefer. Against New, we know that we're playing the Fruits with Force, so we side that out. Play everything else. Makes sense. I really like this Mangle Unforgetting combo. It's just so cool. Like I really enjoy playing that. And into Viszerai, so this is the same kind of idea where you want to play 60. You're playing your CYB. This is very similar to my play style and my list as well, where you're playing the Smack of Reality and then you're trying to stack this. But you have a lot more defensive tools, so you can kind of push them to go off a little bit earlier sometimes, and then you're able to fatigue easier with this style of list. But if they stack a lot, it can be hard. That's why you have the 1 Smack. Anything else? Everything else is just like a standard fatigue plan. Against Guardian, you're obviously playing Sledge. You should win every single mirror. Should be awesome. Okay? Feel free to ask questions on any of these lists, but I am going to move forward. Let's talk about the post-viz fatigue and kind of what I would change for that. Okay? So here, I would add an additional piece of AB because we know Verdants and other things are kind of cropping up. And being able to have some tech into that could be very, very strong. So playing extra piece of AB instead of the extra 71 card. We are not playing Smack of Reality because we don't really need that anymore. And then everything else is like pretty standard, right? You could play a couple of Blizzards here. This one doesn't have any Blizzard like we were talking about. And no Heart of Final. So you could swap this out for the Heart of Final for the Syndra. I need to test it a little bit more to see if it's actively like super duper important. But as of right now, I would start playing a little bit more Blizzards, right? Because we are going to have a couple more aggressive decks able to come back once Viszerai doesn't just like, you know, hose them over. But yeah, it's basically the exact same list, just with a couple of card changes. So this one's pretty easy to kind of look at. The Aggro Disruption list is one that I played at Memphis, very similar to it. There are a couple of card changes. The big thing is instead of Norrøn Hood, I'm playing Norrøn Boots. That is the only piece of Norrøn for the quick dodge flexors. Okay, so this is the standard list: Command and Conquer, E-Strike, versatile cards and whatnot, Frostfang, Icequake. Big thing is I'm playing the Flourish and the Smack of Reality combo because we have to respect this, right? I don't want to leave for this weekend and play an RTN without having something to kind of counteract this, right? Because you know this is the time that people are really going to play Viz to try to get their last hurrah. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of important to kind of have these cards, I think, at this stage. So Goliath Gauntlet, Smack of Reality, playing the shelters in the board, and then we have our Rootbound Carapace in the main, right? And of course, we will side this out depending on the matchup. But the other thing is I'm not playing Civic Steps in the board like I have in the past. Just a couple of Race Face as your Tech 2 cost cards, and this is a lower blue count deck. This is why I'm not playing like Spinals and things like that. The Spinals can be pretty difficult to cast whenever you're playing only half blues, right? Would you not run smack against Vincent and Florian? You would. So you're saying after the post-viz, you would. I don't think it's necessary, though, unless they are actively like trying to do the stack thing. Viszerai's whole plan that they can very easily beat you with is by stacking. Now, Vincent and Florian don't necessarily do that unless they are playing, like specifically Florian would have to be on like a scepter style build. And then sure, you could bring it in for that if you expect that in your meta, but I don't think that's super duper common. I think most of the time they're going to be playing like these decomposed cards like Felling and Plow Under, and obviously the Rootbound Carapace and whatnot. And then maybe even Channel Mount Heroic. So they're going to be a little more aggressively leaned and not doing this pivot strategy, right? So back to this. So a couple of flourishes. We're playing our Ice Quakes. A big thing when we are playing against Viszerai is we want to play Goliath Gauntlet, and we want to put them in positions to where, you know, we are threatening with Smack of Reality, or we play a Crumble and then they have to go off prematurely, which then allows us to get the benefit off of our count your blessings, right? So clean 60 into that, and we're cutting all of the decomposed cards because if they are stacking, it's hard to get Rootbound out. And then if you do end up playing one of these, which it's kind of hard to get some of these Earth in your graveyard when you're not blocking because they're not attacking you, then when you do finally get one of these off, the power is literally halved, right? Because you have half the damage coming out. So not big on that. And then Erase Face, it has some text, but there's better cards. I think Shelter is just in general better. It can effectively act as a blue against Rune Chance, or it's obviously the 0/4 that you might need for like a Rune Flash, and they play a Succumb, and you just drop that and you're good to go. So talking about some of these other ones and why I would want kind of this distribution of cards for this weekend if I wanted to play this kind of mid-rangey thing. Let me see. Since we're playing Guardian and with the max deck announced, I kind of am wondering if you think that they could fix Betsy with some tailor-made cards. You're saying like because the overpower is strong against the action cards, potentially. I assume that's kind of what you're talking about. Kind of like the same idea that Tekla Vossen has a horrible Betsy matchup because you can put overpower on things and they can't block with their like actual equipment that they're playing out, right? I think Betsy needs a lot. I don't know what it is. It's just like you're effectively playing Bravo, and we know Bravo is pretty poor right now too, unfortunately. It just is what it is. If they came out with like a weapon or Guardian Mastery set should fix a lot of these things. Like we might actually get a hat that is relevant like all these other heroes have, but we'll see. But yeah, so talking about the distribution, the rest of the cards in the deck here, outside of the Viszerai cards that are teched here. So into Arachne, having these extra reacts and the shelters and whatnot is going to be very, very powerful. And then having the Ice Quake to kind of go in on your sledge and have the versatility there, in addition to being able to go Ice Quake into Frostbang, very strong. Also, Ice Quake off a Tunic counter into E-Strike is a pretty big deal. Command and Conquer, Ice Quake, all these things. I think in the post-Viz meta, it'll be more valuable to play a slower disruptive plan or faster, more aggressive one. I think it is dependent on how the meta floats. So let's talk about kind of where I expect things to go. So with Viz gone, I think Enigma will rise up a little bit, right? Because Enigma, one of its worst matchups is Viszerai because of all the split damage and being able to just push out like that. So I think Enigma gets better, which then in turn makes some of these other aggro decks that could not keep up with Viszerai a little bit stronger as well, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So with that being said, obviously we don't really have to consider Enigma as much because it's just like a super terrible matchup, and they'll probably tailor their list to be a lot more defensive. So with that being said, I think I would probably lean towards the mid-range, like kind of what you're suggesting. I think I would go more towards what we'll show in this post-Viz. I think the post-Fatigue is quite strong too, but I think we'll probably lean towards this, at least for my personal opinion and playstyle. I think Fatigue Bravo is a thing. Fatigue Bravo is a thing, but Fatigue Jarl has kind of the mini game of being able to blow up the really key critical pieces that like other heroes have, and Bravo doesn't really have that. He gets Crippling Crush and he gets Dominate to be able to close out games, but Jarl also has ways to close out games very reliably with Oaken Old, So Tomorrow, and I think that's what that's called. Yep, So Tomorrow, and the gloves with some mangles, which isn't in this list, but leaning on. Well, let me go through the rest of these. So a raise face. This is really clean boarding too. I really like this about this specific list. So I take out CYB, E-Strike, and Smack, and all of these extra cards here to have a clean 60 that is disruptive and kind of mid-rangey, right? Then for Syndra, kind of the same idea, literally the same. You take these cards out and you're being disruptive and, you know, saying, hey, here's my on hits. You have to respect that. Or you have really efficient 0 for 4 blocks. For Verdance, this one, obviously, when you have 1AB, can be a little bit harder. But again, this is a previs before LL. So we have to kind of like, you know, put our deck in such a way that we're able to combat that. So against them, Erase Face is quite strong. CYB is also quite strong. But with all of this extra disruption, it's actually not the worst, right? Like you have to brick on disruption a lot to not be able to at least come close to winning. It might be a little bit unfavored against a really high level Verdance, but I think it's a lot more even than you would think with just 1AB. Let's see. And we'll see, definitely think she needs a lot. Guardian really can't go aggro until New is gone. That is correct. The biggest thing that's kind of holding Guardian back, besides, you know, the Mastery Pack getting pushed all the way to August, is the existence of New and forcing us to play this kind of you know, nerfed blue base. We don't have the deck density that we used to, right? And that's just because when we pair against a New, we're probably going to lose if we have a bunch of nades. As a Dory player, you hope Enigma doesn't rise up, but you're right. Yeah. It is what it is. We can't do much about it. How do you think Fatigue Jarl should play into Zen? I played Zen into CYB Jarl at an RTN, and Cosmic made it very easy to win. So the way I generally play against Zen, to give you an idea, and I played this style of list more so than some other, like the Fatigue. I think the Fatigue, it can make it hard, which means like if you're playing Fatigue into Zen, you actually do want to play some things like Staunch Response to be able to stop that Cosmic. So you play a lot of these cards here, and you just have to kind of plan and expect that it's going to happen, right? With this, Zen, I am pretty happy playing the CYB as a hedge, just because like Zen can get to a in-game state where it's super, super annoying. Let me see. I wouldn't play all of these cards. I'd probably take out E-Strike here too and play the 66 potentially. Yeah, that sounds about right. So your density is still there, but you have the hedge of playing these CYBs to win a late game cycle, right? So that's kind of my plan. If you go too far one way or the other with this list specifically, I think you're kind of hurting yourself. And not playing Frostfang Challenge Impossible. What do you mean? I love that card. That card is so cool. I love Frostfang. I mean, it's not good in Fatigue, but I think it's pretty good in general, right? So this is what I would play if I were to play an RTN this weekend, probably, is this style of mid-rangey list. I just like this. I'm familiar with it. I'm happy with it. I know all of the board plan. If you guys want to see a more detailed board plan, I have it on Patreon, and it has every single possible button that you could ever think of, because it was like based on my Memphis list, and I'm for sure very happy with the way that it's set up for boarding. It's very similar to this. I think the only difference, I don't think there is any difference. Well, yeah, it's because of the Norrøn boots versus the Norrøn hood. And I'm not even big on like one or the other. I think the Norrøn hood actually isn't terrible because you get to play flexors into like Aurora, and that's kind of cool. So, going into the post-viz method for mid-range. Now, this is kind of like a work in progress. I know a lot of people are like, oh, throw it out, disregard this one. It has Redwood Hammer in it. The reason Redwood Hammer is in it is because there's more Earth cards than there are 3 blocks. That's literally all there is to it. So, or not 3 blocks, I'm sorry. 3 cost or higher. So this is literally the more consistent hammer, at least for this iteration of the deck. So it's very similar to the other one, except we're playing Mangles, Unforgetting, and then Crush the Weak. Because Crush the Weak has been pretty sweet. Pretty sweet into the assassins, right? Like all these stealth-based assassins, like Arachne and even New, right? It's forced block. They have to give you 2 cards or a D-React or a piece of armor, which plays into our Jarl plan. You know, it does all these things. So this card isn't terrible. You can play something else if you so choose, but I wanted a couple more targets for my Terra Sunder type thing. Is kind of the idea there. And then Terra Sunder gets a lot better when you have Mangles. And you guys saw that last stream where I was, you know, Terra Sundering on Mangle and going crazy. But yeah, the big thing, Canopy Shelter, making your CNCs a little bit stronger there. Same thing with your Crush the Weak. When your Crush the Weak comes in for 8, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It doesn't really affect Mangle math too much because people can just give you 2-3 blocks. But either way, you know, Mangle is still a pretty strong card when you're playing the gloves and the Unforgetting, right? So you just kind of lean into that. So no Viz Tech here. We're just playing some seeds. We're playing 1 AB still, but the seeds kind of supplements that for the expected, you know, wizards, because it is starting to come up a little bit. Let's see. Churchless says decklist, or is that Patreon? So you guys can have these decklists. I don't mind. I'll share all of these, but they do not have the buttons for everything. Like the buttons that are here are accurate, but if you wanted the like end all be all with notes and whatnot, that is on the Patreon. So you guys can help support us on that and be great. So here, you guys could even take a screen cap. I don't really, doesn't bother me, but I'll post all of these. And you guys can check them out. So yeah, this is kind of where I would lean once tomorrow, just to have a little bit of recursion back to either get a Felling or an Oaken. It just makes me happy. I like having that stuff. I love this card. I don't know why people hate on this card so much. This card is so good. This card is so good. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about. Let me read Joe's comment real quick. What are you bringing in versus Ira, the ultimate mid-off? Okay, with this list, oops, I have a lot of Jarl things. Which one was that? Aggro Disruption. Okay, with this list against Ira, since you ask, I generally have been playing Sledge, CYB, Blizzard, Shelter, Pummel. It's hit or miss on the race face. I'm not super big on this one. So, but these 2 cards, so I go like pretty heavily in there. And then, you know, I'm just playing like a good mid-range game, as good as I can make it, right? You know, blocking the big attack most of the time, something along those lines. When are you playing Victor? Well, you know, if you voted on the poll and voted more for Victor, we'd be talking about Victor right now. But we'll play Victor next time you guys, you know, vote for Victor. So yeah, that's kind of what I would do against Ira. Because this is the mid-rangey list, I like this a little bit more. Into the all Viz Tech. So let's say you're going into an RT and you're just like, man, it's going to be half Viszerai. I need to be able to mess them up. Okay, this is what you could do. Okay, do I recommend this list for a broad RTM? Absolutely not, because you're kind of like tailored into being better into Viszerai, as good as you can make it. So here's what we're doing. Viz. Command and Conquer, Count Your Blessings, Frostfang, Icequake, all the standard stuff. 3 Smack of Reality. 3 of them. Yes, read that. 3. Spinal Crush, this is just in here as a kind of catch-all because we're getting rid of the Decompose package to an extent, right? And we're just having something else that is able to say, hey, Viszerai, give me cards. You know, you can't 4-card do crazy things. Then your standard kind of blue base, except for we're playing Roiling Fissure and Tectonic Rift. So the combo, for those of you who don't know, is pay 2 into Tectonic Rift, make 2 Seismic Surge tokens, pay 0 and 1, sacrificing your 2 Seismic Surge tokens, you get to blow up 3 Malefic incantations. So when they are heavy stacking you, right, and they're going like, make a bunch of rune chants, when going Malefic, 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 you just go, okay, cool, whatever, I don't care, blow up all your Malefics, do something about it. And then you're also forcing them to go off prematurely with your Smack of Reality. Is this a little much? Probably. But is this really good against Viszerai? Yeah, it's pretty good. So then I just have a kind of generalized based sideboard. I already have something wrong. Hold on. You need that against Viszerai. Trust me, you need that. Oh, the other thing, you need Goliath Gauntlet. Whoops. Just add a 81st card and you're good. So inventory here. Let's get rid of something. Maybe that. Don't need that. Don't need all of it. Okay, so against Viz, you're doing this. You're happy. Go lucky. Everything's good. Now, against everything else, not Viz, you can just take out your CYBs and your smacks and then like most of your Tectonic Rifts and you can do your normal game plan, right? And if you want to play CYB, you can. You just throw in Sledge and you play CYB and then you do the fatigue thing, right? So I would only bring this if it was like, okay, I'm going to a 10-man RTM, there's 5 Viszerai. Like, it's time for me to bring this deck. You know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead, set up a poll, and I'll leave you guys open for some questions about these lists, and we can talk about them a little bit more. But we are going to do a poll. And we'll do just the 2. We'll do fatigue. Actually, I'm going to add some more options. You ready? Fatigue. Aggro. Victor. Mario. Okay. Oh, do I not have any other ones? Crap. I was going to be funny and add Zelda at the end, just to be funny. I'm still going to do it. You know what? We're doing it. Mario or Zelda. What do we play now? Okay. How do I post this? Start poll. There it is. Oh, you guys are not picking Zelda. Why aren't you picking Zelda? Oh no. Let's see. I'm new to the game. What is CYB? CYB is Count Your Blessings. I know somebody already said it, but that is this card. So gain X, where X is +3, or 3 plus the number of Count Your Blessings in your graveyard. So it stacks. It's cumulative, right? And the yellow gains X +2. So you can gain a pretty good amount of stuff off of that. Let's see. Been winning lots of games with your marking new deck. Gonna see how it does at Skirmish next month. Okay, so it sounds like a Blitz deck maybe. Okay, Blessings to CYB as a new player. I must vote Fatigue. You must vote Fatigue. You like playing against that more than playing the aggro deck? Like playing against it, I mean? Or like you're playing new, therefore you fatigue. Yeah, the blue ones are banned in CC. Yep. This card is cool. This card is really cool. It's got a good foil too. Okay, so we are smack dab tied between this aggro disruption and this fatigue deck. Now keep in mind, the aggro disruption deck does not have Mangle. Don't let me sway your opinion. But hey, it might be something you want to think about, you know? Ed, what do you think of Never Yield in Jarl? I think that is an option to play in your fatigue deck if you don't want to play something like Stamp Authority. But I don't think it's something that you're actively trying to play. Why not just run Fertile Reds instead of CYB? Okay, well let's look at the math, right? The math behind this is, whoops. See, Fertile Ground Red. So it's 2 or 5 if you've decomposed. Okay, so you already have a contingency condition that you have to meet, which is the obviously the banishing. Well, we don't have a ton of that. We only have 6 cards in the entire list that is going to do that. Count Your Blessings does not need that, and if you do the math, right, you gain 3, 4, 5 off the reds, so that is 12. And then if you go on to the yellows, it is 5, 6, 7, which is, math is hard, 18, so 30 life. Is that correct? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but you get 30 life off of this, off of these 6 cards that you play. Sure, you get 30 life, not even. If you could play 6 of these, then you would get 30 life. But these also play off themselves. It being a yellow can play this. It's also kind of like a reactionary thing. I know you can do the same thing with this, but like when you play Sledge and you attack with 2 blues, you play a Count Your Blessings, Tunic counter, Command and Conquer, Count Your Blessing. It's all really good stuff. I'm honestly hyped for High Seas. Know your girl Azalea going to be LO soon? Need a new Ranger? Yeah, sure. What do we think about that with the High Seas? Do we think we're going to get like a new pirate? Like a pirate character? Like a talent or something along those lines? What is that? Class? Class is the word. A new pirate class. I am not very convinced that that would be the case. But it would be kind of cool. I think there'd be a lot of pirate theming. You can see a bunch of warrior slash ranger. That would make sense. Oh, he confirmed it. He confirmed what? That there's going to be pirates? I didn't see the interview, so I'm a little behind on that. There's pirates. Oh, man. What do we think the pirates are going to do? Something to do with gold? You sacrifice gold, get something. Every one of them was going to be different. Oh, it's a subclass. Oh, subclass. We get a dual class merchant warrior. Is that verified? Yeah, again, I haven't seen the dev talk, so you guys are catching me up. I appreciate it. Very end of the interview, he teased it, but said there's going to be pirates, and it abruptly ended. Nice. Nice. Pirates are cool. Pirates are cool. One of my favorite movies growing up that I watched with my dad was the Pirates of the Caribbean, however you want to say it, series. It was awesome. Dual Merchant Warrior, I could see for sure. Merchant, I don't think it quite enough for its own. Yeah, that's definitely true. There's not very many merchant classes. Is subclass a talent? I think so. I think that's technically how it's worded, right? Or it would be like elemental is the talent here. So you have elemental guardian, so that's the class. So subclass, or no, talented class. Yeah, believe that's how that works. When we getting necromancers, I know it's in the lore book, right? We'll see it eventually. Back when CGI was actually done well. Yeah, facts. All right, that's enough on the poll. Oh, in the poll, let's see. How many did we get for Zelda? 15% on Zelda. I love it. That's awesome. Okay, so it looks like aggro is going to be the thing that we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to play this aggro disruption build on Talishar, and we'll just keep hanging out. Show you guys some of this stuff. So So let's do a public. Let somebody join me. I don't mind. Viszerai is a necromancer, basically. Kind of. You're right. Riptide will get direct cards in the set for sure. It's going to have ranger and other stuff. Yeah, Riptide, he has the trench. That's his whole thing, right? Okay, we're playing against Bolton. So against Bolton, I think I'm okay going first, just because I have some pretty decent turn 1 plays, and they get a free charge if they go first, so I don't like that. Race Face is good. They lose their class talents. Pummel, Shelter, Blizzard's pretty crazy against them. Now, what card is not amazing into them? It's mainly just E-Strike. E-Strike doesn't do very much, so I'm happy to do that. So it's almost like we're playing an aggressive style matchup. Now, if they are playing the Axe, then we're in for some hurt. But we're going to see. Damn it. They're playing the Axe. Okay, fair enough. You got me. So I think here we want to arsenal this. I'm okay probably blocking with that card, so I'm just going to do this. Pass the turn. It is what it is. Well, this is not going as well as I hoped immediately. Josh over here influencing the Guardian, or not the Guardian, the Warrior players to be like Guardians. Playing Decimator Great Axe. So annoying. +5. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, here we are. This card doesn't do a whole lot into them. One of these will be halved, and then we can block for 4, I guess. Unfortunate. I feel like we're going to get fatigued just because we didn't bring more cards. Ah, Warmongers. Maybe we can get some pretty sweet stuff happening in a second. I mean, this is a kind of sweet hand, right? I can just potentially keep this. Because I don't want to pitch this. I'd rather just gain life, and this only blocks for 2, right? So it's effectively the same thing. Oh no, Sigil. Our things are being undone. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. One thing, too, is like our temper equipment is not going to be very good for the majority of this because they can just blow it up immediately. But hey, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's pummel this degenerate. Says the Fatigue player. I played Fatigue last stream. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. See, this is where I would love to be playing some Victor. So I would not be surprised to see like a couple of defense reactions here. Whether that's a shunt or, hey, this is pretty good too. Saving Grace. Maybe we'll play, I don't know, I kind of miss Victor. I might play that next time. Next stream. Okay, put a card in Soul. We're going to pummel anyway. I guess they have Soul Shield and stuff, but this still hits it, right? I wouldn't get a card out of them, but yeah, whatever. Shelter into maybe another defense reaction. No. They're already doing that. So we get a card no matter what, I guess. I forgot that this was on the chain link. Sweet. Sweet. Oh, I like this pretty well. It's pretty good. I get to like Arsenal, I guess Rootbound. Is Rootbound the right Arsenal? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we'll do this because it makes sense. I wish I had another blue. I could play this Flourish for it. Be kind of cool. Well, you know what? Crap. I can just do that anyway. So if I... Yeah. Fuck. Misclicks. This. Look at that. We figured it out. You can just do it. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? Flourish your Oakenhold. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. You think they're on CYB? They might be. They might be. Oh, this is a gamer moment right here. Look at that. That was the correct move. Oh, they're blocking with the flexors before paying with the flexors. Fair enough. You know, might as well. Might as well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I know. Look at all this equipment. Woo! I guess we always do the Rootbound, right? They have the, oh my god. Saved. I guess we just do this. And then we can Frostfang, Arsenal this. I think that's probably correct. I hate losing that card right now. It's kind of mid. Yeah, I forgot that they had Nourishing. But we'll go ahead and Decompose to turn on my filling. And then that card. Bing, bang, bong. We're playing directly into a Soul Shield. Watch. Victor is a nightmare for Vincent to deal with, but I managed to dodge him in today's armory. So you were playing Vincent against a Victor. Or not against a Victor. You dodged the Victor. I love Victor. Victor's so cool. I just like drawing cards. Drawing cards is sick. Oh, okay. It's a defense reaction. It has to be. It's not. It's not a defense reaction. Pretty even on cards, ahead on life. Feels pretty good. First time this is defended by non-equipment, half the base. So dominate. Dominate is strong, isn't it? Well. Guess we can give this and this. Or no, we can't. Can't give this. I'm more okay keeping this card. So blocking with another earth is pretty bad. Let's just block with this. Take a bunch of damage. That's fine. Bang, bang, and Fang. Get rid of you. Keep this. For when we see our pummel. I haven't seen very many defense reactions besides this one, so they're going to be coming up. And this eating defense reaction isn't a big deal. I'm wondering if it was correct to board only 60 here. They're just eating this damage, bro. That's awesome. Love that. We can block here and here. Maybe Arsenal this Flourish to push a little more damage whenever we see a... Oh, he could also do the Bolton thing. Okay. Well, let's see if we can burn the Bolton activation. Nope. I just wanted the resource. It's fair enough. Fair enough. All right. It's definitely a pummel wink. Definitely a pummel bow. Let's see, we are behind on cards still. Unfortunate. Oh, he's just taking it. We got a shunt though. That's pretty cool. This could be a gamer move right here. Get the Crown of Providence, get rid of this. You're taking a ton of damage. Oh, I see. Well, now it's like kind of forced to block with this, I believe. Is there an order that this happens? Maybe not. Let's just do that, because I don't think this gives minus to our equipment. I just didn't want to get attacked again if that was a blue. So Tunic counter, play this, play Terra Sunder. Let's do that. Give him a Frostbite while we're at it. Yeah. This is cool, right? Let's see. So they could stop this with a Soul Shield and a block from hand if the Soul Shield is from Arsenal. Thinking it could have been a blue though, like the way they're playing. You know, their Arsenal was a blue, or maybe it's something that doesn't actually matter. Getting their armor. Hey, their whole armor is gone. All right, Soul Shield. Yep. Not another one. Come on now. Not bad. Not bad, opponent. Now we don't have to worry about the armor anymore. It's kind of cool. I think this is a pretty easy block with Crumble, probably. Because we can play another Icequake into Frostfang. It's not the worst. Okay. Two Frostbites. Yeah, that Soul Shield is going to cost you 4 now. 4. Nah. This ice is pretty good. So 1, 2, 3. which means that I have 14 cards to our 15. No, 14. But then we have 6 in the decompose. Yeah, we've been burning through it. Yeah, I don't think there's a single way that we can play Sledge in the Bolton either. I feel like that's just a sacking the matchup situation. Okay. Pitch, pitch. Sounds good. Your 2 cards for my 2 cards. I don't hate it. What number Soul Shield was that? That was here. Number 2. Thinking if it's right to burn this. I think it might be. And then I can play the Race Face. That might be the better card here. Because it gets multiple. I'm going to save this with the pummels. Yeah. Arsenal this. This is better pummel target, so I think I'm just going to use this. They pitch a blue here. Playing this will also make this kind of awkward. Maybe not. Oh, they don't even pitch a blue. Okay. Yeah, give me the whole sets. It's good with me. So we could do it again. I don't particularly want to play this Plow Under, even though it might be okay. I could do it. We do this. The pay one. I think this is probably correct. I'm thinking about pitching this to try to see if I can find a pummel quicker. Or I could just play this with this, keep the blue. It's probably not bad. Because it is turn 11, we were on 60 cards, so. Now this feels worse, now that they pitched a blue. Could take this. Maybe this is correct to play here. Since they have that, they would potentially want to de-react. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll pitch the blue to represent pummel. Okay. Getting a little bit more out of him. I like it. Well, this is not very good, is it? It's not bad. I want to keep this to be able to play that. Maybe keep that one. I feel like keeping this for next turn might be okay. Or maybe keeping this in the deck. Either way, it's 2 block, right? So maybe just burning this. No decompose is fine. I think the decompose actually works on this. But, too late. We'll try it on the next one if we have another one. Yeah, we have one more. And we'll overpitch for this. Maybe we'll get them to set an arsenal or something. This power under could be pretty good. Last soul shield, maybe. Yep. Okay, provoke there. Remembrance. Oh no. All right, we gotta lean on these Oakenolds for sure. For sure. I think this list has So tomorrow, and it should. Okay. I'll go with you. So we can block with a card and then play this, pummel it. It's not terrible. Oh yeah. Like that, you say? Okay. Get rid of you and you and you. Yeah, and we can burn this pummel because of the 2 command and conquers are gone. We don't have to worry about it. I am using Tunic here specifically because I want to keep this ice in here to make this more likely. It's kind of the thought process. Oh, they took it. Heck yeah. Unfortunate. Dominate. Oh no. Well, his hand doesn't do a whole lot, right? So I need to keep these. I can potentially overpitch for that. Or actually, I can just use the gauntlets, right? Go ahead and use the gauntlets and the flexors, I suppose. Don't really want to attack with this, but it's like the best thing we can do here. So I was going to ask if the deck had So. I think it does. I think it does. Just making the value play here. 2 cards, all right. I'll go ahead and block, I believe, with this card. Maybe. I don't really want to use that, so we'll just do that. This is pretty much just a 2 block by itself, right? So show you that and that. No more soul shields. Don't have to worry about that. So this is probably hitting. I don't particularly want to block with Pulse, but I guess I will. Would have been a great idea move to check that out before you started. Yes, that's true. That is true. Aw. Rude. Yeah, I'll arsenal that. That's fine. We'll pitch this with this, I guess. To play this. This isn't bad. This is actually a pretty good pulse turn. Good evening. I thought you'd play Mario today, but I'm glad we could see Jarl again. Yeah, I was going to play either Mario or Jarl or something along those lines. So obviously we're here. Jarl, this is what the people wanted. It's what they wanted. Yeah, I think that pulse was really good because they might have like went go again to attack with their thing. Their axe. Felling is so good. This card is so good. Alright, let's look at the list while they're thinking. Oh, never mind. Get rid of you. So aggro disruption. We do have Sotomara. We do. Good news. Oh my god. What the heck? Oh, okay, sure. Celestial Nourishing, sure. For the last Nourishing. Yeah, it's probably time to give up my stuff, right? Might be time. So I'll get one of these up. Just thinking. So I give this up. Maybe not. Maybe I give this up. Do something like that. It's less damage overall. Because I want to arsenal one of these, and I want to be able to keep the other one around, I believe. That might be a little greedy. So I do that. I can just not arsenal. But I want to play this, so I think it's... I'm losing a point of damage here, but I'm gaining it back by playing this out. So... This is like a somewhat reasonable arsenal with them being so low. If they don't want to take 1 damage, then it's like kind of annoying for them. We do have other ones of these too. So this could be like a kill angle. As funny as that sounds. But they play Sigil. They should have another Sigil. Unless they're just on 2. Thoughts on Redwood Hammer? If your mana base supports it, or your pitch base or resource base, whatever you want to call it, if it supports it, then I think it is a fine option. If you're wanting to play this kind of mid-rangey play style where you're playing the hammer. Okay. So just playing this out. This gets 2 cards out of them, which isn't terrible. Not 2 cards out of their deck, but 2 cards out of them specifically. And they did charge. Interesting. I mean, I guess I can... I can keep it. So if I play this and then attack with that, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I give him a Frostbite when I do that too. I don't hate that. You gotta let that resolve first, dude. Alright, get rid of you and you and you. think they're trying to figure out where their card went and why they didn't get a card. All right, channel. Don't particularly like playing this out, but it's fine. So we get to keep our channel out a little bit longer. I'm actually going to sack the Frigid.
Hello, Ed. I apologize for joining your stream, but there is a new Guardian hero that is out.
Oh man, hold on. After we finish this game, we're going to do that.
Yeah, I saw you in here. I just want to let you know there's a new Guardian hero. Hype you up a little bit.
Oh,
okay, well, have fun with your stream, buddy.
Thanks. Say hi and bye to Taylor, everyone. Taylor Crawford. All right, well now since they are not going to have a frostbite, I'm going to get rid of that. I guess we could... Yeah, Adult Vada just dropped. We're going to have to see that in a second. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. We're going to get this done. Okay. So... it might just be correct to go ahead and play this out. Because we don't want to just get rid of that. So if that is the case, I'm losing some deck closing power by doing that. So if I go here and then attack, yeah, let's just take this and we'll gain some life off of that. Switching to Valda, that's wild. It must be that good, huh? Okay, hold on. I gotta check it out in just a second. Just give me 1 minute. We gotta give this guy the attention he deserves. Gotta respect our opponents. Okay, let's do this. Put back you. Yeah, I know we're not drawing a card, but that's okay. You guys are hyping it up a little bit. We'll pitch that. Attack. Makes our defense reactions a little bit more annoying to play. Okay, so Oaken is card number 15 on the bottom, which means that we need to have Flourish next after that. And then we can have Terra Sunder as a good follow-up. Same as the young hero, I'd just never seen her before. Oh, come on. Why you gotta spoil it for me? Ruining it. Is it really? Is it like 42 health soon? It's not the hunted, right? Is it on the spoilers? And look at it over here. Card reveals. Seismic Impact. Okay, hold on. Sorry, opponent. The teaser. Nah, not on February yet. Check spoiler channel. Yep. Flourish first. Okay, so we can block, play this. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we are getting fatigued, but I'm hoping we have the closing power. I think we should, especially like whenever we get to plow under this. Okay, let's give them that. Do this. Get rid of you and you. And you. Put the So Tomorrow in our arsenal and get the value out of that. Okay, interesting. They are going to Saving Grace. That's fine. Which means if they want to attack, they're going to have to get rid of the arsenal potential, which means that our Oakenold coming up is going to be really, really good. Okay, so they are putting it into Soul. Interesting. So they're not even going to attack next turn. Very nice. Okay, so our Oakenold, and then we should have a Flourish here. So we can pitch that. What am I doing? Well, I'm not going to undo now. Guess we just play the Oaken. God, that sounds so bad. No, what am I doing? Okay. Oaken. I can pummel the Oaken. Yeah, let's just do that, I guess. I thought there was a Flourish. Am I off? I must be off by a little bit. Oh, no. This is the Oaken that I pitched earlier. So I have more. I have 2 more Oakens. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay having this one then. Okay, pummel you. Defense reaction, sure. I'm not going to Arsenal that. Okay, I don't hate this. Get rid of a card, please. Got to figure out what those 3 new promos are. True, true. It's a ProQuest reward. Okay. Get rid of you and you and you. So give me, gotta give me 2 cards, right? I just want to play Oak and just pummeled it. 2 blues and a red, all Guardian, yep. I think the big brain play, if I end up losing this, it's because I should have arsenaled the pummel and then played it with the Oaken, the next Oaken. That would have been a lot better. So there was an avenue to victory. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? I have to click so much. Oh, very nice. Yes, sir. Oaken time. Are they dead? Probably. Because they took all that damage. If they, like, just blocked out, they probably would have been able to get around this. Uh-huh. Shunt. Maybe shunt. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense, you know. It makes sense. This flourish might be able to get us the win, though. Why you didn't tear us under and flourish 3 turns ago? I don't know. Probably should have done that. No. Command and Conquer. Dude, you wild. I guess I can just tear us under this oak and hold. That wins games, right? Let's do that. This should win, is the reason I'm doing this. They don't have any more sigils. They have no arsenal. They can't do anything about it. They said good game. Yeah, look at that. We did it. All right. The moment you've all been waiting for. Valda, Seismic Impact. Look at her. Never opponent draws 1 or more card. Let's zoom out. This is silly. Opponent draws 1 or more cards during an action phase. Create that mini Seismic Surge. At the beginning of your turn, if you control 3 or more, cards you own with Crush get dominate this turn. So it is literally the same text, but they didn't make her a 42 health hero. That's weird. That's so weird. Huh. So that means that they're probably going to print... Well, hold on. Whenever an opponent draws 1 or more cards, create Seismic Surge. It's not the same, right? Valda. When an opponent draws a card during an action phase, create Seismic Surge at the beginning of your instep. Beginning of your turn, you control 3 or more Seismic Surges. Crush can dominate this turn. Oh, no. I'm thinking of the chest. It is the same text, but the chest allows you to draw more cards. So if you want to play Earthlord Bounty, then that's how you get the extra surges. It is the same. Yep, you're right. I was predicting that they wouldn't give her more than 40 life if they made her an adult. I wasn't expecting the same text. Oh, yeah, exactly. This is it. Yeah, I always, like, put her with the chest, right? So that's the thing. Huh. How do I feel about this? Is she... Maybe there's ways that... I guess you could play, like, this round's on me and do all that kind of stuff that you normally would. She's got to get some specialization to, like, make her worth playing over something like Jarl, right? I hope she is. I hope she has something that does that. She's cool, though. I love the art. The art's sweet. The art is sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I expected something more. I'm kind of, like, disappointed, to be honest. Like, if it was 42 life, it would have been so good. Like, I would have been like, all right, yep, I'm in. Sounds good. Maybe they'll give her some specs. Yeah, they have to give her some specs, right? Have to. Okay, so here we just, like, basically play everything. You. Are we okay with Blizzard? Yeah, I need Blizzard. Yeah, this is fine. Play it like this. Okay, doing kind of the same thing as me, playing 66 cards, though. I don't particularly want to do very much else with this. I don't really want to attack into him. Well, I do, but, like, I don't have the way to do that while also playing CYB. So I think I just CYB. I might overpitch this Command and Conquer and keep the E-Strike, or vice versa. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, hindsight's 2020. Should have cut the Command and Conquer. Oh well. Ice Quake. That's kind of rude. So if I give a card, I can go Ice Quick E-Strike. I'm fine with that. Says one or more of the smaller card. Says a card. Okay. Just do that. So here, let me pull it back up again. So the smaller one says, draws a card during an action phase, create a seismic surge for each card drawn this way. Okay. So is the other one nerfed? Whenever an opponent draws one or more cards during their action phase, create that many seismic surge. It's like literally the same, right? Yeah, it's like the same text, just worded a little bit differently. Wow, this sucks. Guess I'll block with my Earth card. Or I can block with this. Maybe I should block with my Earth card. Just get some Earth into the decompose. And go here. I have to E-strike no matter what. Yeah, I'll just save the life. Can create more than one per trigger. Yes, it can. I believe that is the case. The way it was worded. The same as this one. You know, for each card they draw. I think it's create that many seismic surge tokens. Yeah. So it's just worded a little bit differently, but I think it's the same result. Man, I am not drawing blues. We are always smart in hindsight. Absolutely. Absolutely. Felling. See you later. Uh-oh. Okay, fair enough. I guess I'll block with a crumble just to get it online. Let my other stuff go to the bottom. Yeah. Now I'll sludge back. It's all good. It's all good. You. It's basically 42 life seems like a fair trade-off for being talentless. Yeah, exactly, right? Oh well. Maybe being at 42 is just like way too broken. Especially if you decide to just be a fatigue hero. She'd be like the best fatigue hero ever. She just has extra health, which is insane. Can we double decompose here? I don't believe so. So tomorrow from Arsenal, sure. Targeted Oakenold. I think I'm like okay blocking with this. I might even block with gauntlets here. As like awkward as that sounds. They have Ice Quakes. It could be pretty bad. They have Mangles too, so maybe it's incorrect to do that. Because if they're playing Mangle, they're playing the block card, right? So I think I go ahead and decompose, attack, and then Arsenal this. We'll find another Earth card, don't worry. Yeah, why they gotta debuff Valda, bro? Debuffing my Valda. At least our Pommel is next to our Command and Conquer on the bottom of the deck. It's pretty cool. Seeds. Fair. Never mind. We're not seedzing. They're going to give her crazy specs. I hope so. I hope so. It'd be pretty sweet. Like if it, maybe her spec is like if this costed 0 or something, then it gets like some crazy buff. That'd be kind of cool. Crumble me. Not like this. Okay, well, we have to do that. And we can do this and then set the arsenal of one of these. No, we can't do this. We have to do this. Ability. Okay, and then we can do this. Set an arsenal. It's not bad. We got on our jagged edge. Get our own. Yes, yes. That's what I really want, is like a jagged edge style thing. But like on an attack, like a crush attack that says damage can't be prevented. Do something else. Be kind of cool. They're also not on CYB, it looks like. Got a D-react for whatever the follow-up is. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, mangle time. Sounds good. I'll block with channel. They printed it. 6 for 10. Is a pro? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out too. We got our own. Okay, so I thought you were just like wishing for it, which is fair. I guess playing this is probably more efficient than just attacking with sledge. We get to keep the tunic counter. It's kind of cool. It also breaks equipment. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A 6 for 10. Yeah, that's like good rate too. That's like exactly where you want to be. That's wild. Let me see if I can find that. Where are you guys seeing that? It's not this. And somebody link it. I don't know if links go through the chat actually, but you know, send me a Discord message. Oh, there it is. Batter to a pulp. Okay, so that's what you guys were talking about earlier. I appreciate it. This hand's kind of crazy, right? Am I tripping? It's because I can like Oaken Old and then Arsenal, I guess Frostwing. It's kind of a banger. Yeah, sure. Why not? Take a little bit more damage. Never hurt anybody. Yeah, I'll look at that in just a second. So, I can't really read what it says. 4 more damage to a hero. Destroy an equipment they control with... I don't know what the last text says. Decompose. What does the first text say? I couldn't see that either. So if this would be... If this would deal 4 more damage... I see. Okay, yeah, that one makes sense. If it would crush, then the damage can't be prevented. All the Seismic Impact will not be tournament legal until June 6th. Okay. My tunic. All right, I'll take it. Do I frozen to death their thing? Would that be funny? Might be funny. I actually think it might be right. Pitching this, sure. Holy pummel. I'm gonna take that. Sounds good to me. Please bring it up on stream. It's very blurry, but I can do that. One moment. Okay, so this says if it would deal 4 more damage, the damage can't be prevented, and then it says crush. If it does the crush effect, destroy an equipment they control with something. I can't read the other something part. Oh, you put a high-res version in the team chat? Okay, hold on. What team chat? Hold on, I'm pummeling people. Give me a minute. Oh yeah, big pummel. Link it to me directly, Taylor, please. So I don't have to dig around. But yeah, this is it. This is it. It looks sweet. It's like awesome art too. Even though it's blurry, you can already tell it looks freaking sweet. Oh, they're playing as seeds? No, they discarded it. And they got to discard another one. Holy blessing. How do we even play this? Oh, that's how we play it. Get rid of one of those and then block. Sure. With no defense value. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That makes sense. There's a lot of good cards that have no defense value. Just by the way. Spelling's pretty good. CYP is pretty good too. No! Well, I guess we'll just value. Get rid of the crown. Ugh, gross. Guess we're pitching that bad boy. We'll go ahead and play this just like that. Make them think about it. Check DMs. Okay, thank you, thank you. Oh, hey, that's good DMs right there. Look at that. Draw a crowd. Go again when this enters the area. Each hero probably draws a card, which makes sense. Hey, that's great. That's super good for the Volta hero. Promising terrain. If you would create 1 or more seismic tokens, instead create that many +1 beginning of your action phase, destroy this. Then if you control 3 or more seismic surge tokens, draw a card and gain 1 life. That's pretty sweet, actually. That one's pretty banger. You've given up trying to predict LSS rules for new cards. That's fair. Although, wait, okay, hold on. Rip Red Thunderquake in my Victor list. Yep. Gonna have to get rid of that. We don't want the CYBs to be directly next to each other, but you know, tis what it is. I think it's probably a Arsenal Oak and Old Angle block with this. It could be just a block too. I don't actually hate that. They played 2 Command and Conquers. It also could be play Winter Spite, which wouldn't be terrible. It makes their turn pretty inefficient. How many plows have they played? They played 0. No, they have 1 in Banish. Okay, they're pitching 1, so the Arsenal disruption isn't that crazy. Someone post the HU images in CCG Discord. And then this one. Yeah, the art's sweet on this one. Yeah, that's super cool. This costs 0 too, and it has go again. That's like actually pretty banger. I'm debating whether or not to play this, but I think the Oakenold is pretty strong to have an Arsenal, right? If I get rid of a card, I'm not really stumbling their turn too much. Let me just go ahead and do this. They said, take it. Just need a new weapon. Yep. Yep. I don't know. Anothos is still a sweet weapon, right? Everybody loves Anothos. Double up on the D-reacts, you say. Alright, maybe Winter's Bite was amazing. Just feel like I'm not doing exactly what I need to be doing with this. I have 2 Earth, so I could go ahead and do that. I think that's probably ideal. Just wait until I get a more efficient, like maybe a crumble or something like that. Because I can decompose with this. And you. Shelter, sure. CYB, CYB, CYB. Channel. Channel's annoying. That's also annoying. Wow. So here I can play... I can attack with Sledge, but I have to take 1. That's fine. Yeah. They're playing a lot of defense reactions. Lots. So Oakenold's pretty mid. Can Arsenal that again, I suppose. That was a plow under they played here, so we know that the other one is not gonna be around. Don't have the Earth to stop this easily. So they're not keeping channel. I take 3, go to 14. That's fine. Never mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, kind of dug myself a hole in this one with the channel. I think it's still probably correct to go ahead and play the Command and Conquer, though. Yep. Okay, I can root bound. I think it is correct to root bound here and just go ahead and play the Ice Quake. So it makes it where their Sledge is annoying to play. Can't just one card Sledge. All right. There we go. Yeah, not having Tunic is kind of annoying, but being able to make these kind of plays too is really strong to be able to kind of offset the imbalance, right? Figured what the new Valda attack does. Crush damage can't be prevented in store equipment. Yes, yes, that is what it does. Destroy equipment with no defense value. It's not a Valda specific though, right? It's just a generic. Yeah, it's a generic Guardian attack. Are you taking most of this? Are you taking most of this? That's crazy. Interesting. Oh, you're quick dodging. Okay, that's fair. I guess that makes sense. I'm like kind of into just blocking here. I'm getting like really greedy, and I probably shouldn't be. Because we have CYB, we can play like maybe a little bit longer of a game, but I don't know. This feels kind of cool. CNC Pamal. Oh, that is even better. Jarl is going to... Yes. Yes. Jarl will be a big fan. No defense reacts. Please and thank you. Yes, sir. Okay, there's not really a way to get a channel here. I could arsenal this. How many crumbles do I have in here? Could crumble. No, I don't. I can't crumble. So it looks like I'm just going to do this. Get a card out of them. Marking new decks, I remove CYBs from your deck. Good. Card is annoying, even though I'm playing it. Yeah, we'll keep this. Just so we can have something to do with 2 blues if we draw an ice. Okay, that's fair too. It's not bad. Do I arsenal this? I kind of don't want to now. Okay. Block here and here. Just attack with Sledge back. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm actually a little more excited about this middle card here, this Promising Terrain. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. I think that card is really sweet. Sure. Okay, this might just be a block out. I mean, this is going to be a block out. Block out Arsenal Felling, I suppose. It's probably the best card. Do I have another Earth? I can get an Earth by blocking with the gauntlets. do that. Yeah, promising terrain is sweet. Now, I think they have a plow under, so it's kind of annoying, but yeah, that's also pretty good, huh? So I can block this out and then attack with, I guess, felling. Oh, it's just 7. So I block here. Yeah, that's kind of awkward, right? But I got to make him have it. So if I do this, then I can play CYB. That's probably better out for me. Just because of the other ones. I mean, this literally just has to be a pummel, right? Yeah. If it wasn't pummel, then I could just attack with the felling, but... This isn't quite there for them even now. I'm going to obviously CYB. Okay, gain 1 life out of the exchange. It's not terrible. Now it might be a plow turn. This hand sucks too. Jeez. Guess I just play both of these. Because I can't do anything else with the turn following. Alright, we're back up to 20. Got there. Yeah, there's the plow. Fair enough. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Gonna have a turn with Flourish Pummel. We have some armor still too, which isn't the worst. So either way, just keep that. Doesn't really matter what order they go on the bottom. See how many D-Rex they have. So they used a seeds. I think another seeds is over here. There. 1, 2. Might have one more. So I can go to 9, attack back. Yeah. These blizzards are annoying. The amount of 2 blocks in this deck is also kind of annoying. I'll be ready when we get some 3 block blues that are playable. After new is gone, we'll have plenty. Plenty. Create a seismic surge, make that many +1. Guess you can like heave and stuff like that too, right? Okay. Shelter, sure. No more pummels. Yeah, this is pretty good. So I can take this. I think I'm okay going ahead and blocking with this. Oh, I can't do this. I think I can arsenal this though. It's probably fine. Keep the channel around. It's kind of annoying. Got blinded by the option of Oak and Olding. But I'll gain the life back. It's all good. Oaken. Oh, they got one. Okay. Okay, this does do the thing, but I basically just have to keep this to try to gain life out of it. I can use quick dodge flexors here. This is actually a pretty decent spot for it. So maybe I can keep this blue or something along those lines. You. Don't really need you. Can't stay long, just want to say hi. Appreciate you, Aggro Blaze. Yep. Stream is doing pretty well. I know you've been streaming a lot too, so love back at you. So I think here, like I was saying, probably makes the most sense to just go ahead and block with Plow. And then the quick dodge. Yeah. Oh, it does cost more. Well, goddamn. Guys, you gotta tell me when I'm being dumb. Costs 3. Yeah, whatever. We probably lost this game because of these, like, misplays that I've made here and there. Nice. Seems good. If they have Oakenold plus the cards, maybe. Is this better to play here, or is it better to just play the 7? It's probably not better to play the 7. Whatever. We'll play this. Put it on that. Uh-oh. That's kind of annoying. So we have to pay multiple into that, huh? So we block here. We need this to be a block card. If it was blocking, we'd be so good. Maybe it's time to use the quick dodge. But I need a blue. So I pitch this. I block with this. I can go to 1 and play this. So pitch this, block with this. I get rid of this. This has dominate. I think that's the line. We got plenty of earth. Dominated. Is this enough? Please be enough. I think it's enough. I think it's literally exactly enough. Nice. I won that. Isn't that crazy with all those misplays? That's wild. No. You're in a game. See if we can fight. All right, nobody's ready. We'll do one more. Yo, see the Guardian stuff for PQ season. Also, this slated as a wasn't this slated as a Mario stream. It was at first, and then I did a poll, and the poll said they wanted to see more Jarl. So I've already played against Jarl. I apologize. I'm not playing again. Let's do Mario. Okay, so against Mario, I want to go first. I think I want to play the sledge like I was talking about. I don't need the rest of these cards. Race Face has some text. Believe it or not, when they do flip, they lose class and talent types. I don't think that's awful. Let's play it. Yeah, I have a Mario deck that I've been messing around with while we're waiting on this person. It's called It's a Me. So it's kind of generic, right? But I've been doing pretty well with it. So playing a couple of traps, backstabs, a couple of CNC, just things here and there. It's lower on the blue count, playing more of the yellows, and is kind of offsetting that, right? Because I don't need blues unless I'm specifically playing like a pick up the point. So the results have been, you know, pretty decent. I've only played 10 games on Talishar with this, but it's not bad. It's been pretty okay. Okay, so we can CYB, and then I guess Arsenal, maybe the Oakenold is right. Let's do that. Don't let these pummels in hand. Playing around with the English Mario with a dagger focus. Okay, okay. I'm just playing more dagger attacks style gameplay. This hand isn't doing a whole lot, so they're pitching a shred. I feel very greedy, but I want to block with Crown of Providence right now. Just to get rid of one of these pummels. Is that stupid? I'm doing it. Alright, it was stupid. Not paid off. Oh. Go again. Okay, okay. Playing a scar for a scar. That's pretty sweet. I'll give you a card. Why not? Did you see Adult Vala? Yes, I did. It's the same card, but they didn't give her extra health. Isn't that sad? Big sad. Dagger buffs, so you play one Hunter's Glaive to mark and one Mark of the Hunters, since it gets +1 from being marked. Oh, that's kind of nifty. If they want to flick a dagger, should I let them? I think I will. Flick a dagger, do it. Okay, well, fair enough, you did it. Makes sense. I'll banish a card from my hand. And I'll just pass. Can't do anything anyway, so. Oh, shit. It has go again. Is this worth blocking? It might be to stop the on hit. Just in case this is a red on top. I do play a lot of reds. Society. Yeah, she's sweet. I'm more excited about these cards, to be honest. These cards are sweet. I wish I knew what this said. But give me your action phase, destroy, blah, blah, blah. And do something, probably. That's how that works, right? I will block here. They seem very aggressive. Very aggressive. Arachne. And then here, I'm probably not going to bother with anything else. I'll let that hit. That's fine. That's annoying. I don't like that one. I guess I'll block here. They get to choose a card. That's also frustrating, right? All right, fine. Just kind of forced into this play line. Ah, I got him. Very nice. So now I get to Oak Man Old all over their face. I might actually arsenal this just because like getting their flick knives is kind of important to an extent. It's like not a terrible one card play, but I end up having to do that. So we're getting rid of some cards. Do I want to arsenal this Crumble? I really don't. I hate arsenaling this card. I think it sucks, but I think I will just because the flick knives is kind of important. Jesus Christ. Get you a graphene on the house. Ooh, that's annoying. I don't like that one. I guess I will block like this, and then if they do anything, I can see what be in response. What are you doing here? Market the Black Widow, maybe? Or just keep that card. I guess that makes sense. Fine. I'll take an off turn. Actually, it's not an off turn. I got him. My blue. That card's good against you. No. I love that card. Put a -1 counter on your flick knives, please. This hand is reasonable. It is just reasonable. I already played 2 persuasives. I don't have to care about that as much. They Hunter's Clayed me, pitching a red. Yeah, that makes sense. With that being the case, and that's probably really what they need. But not super into it. You can have it. Yeah, flick knife. See you later, nerd. It's fine. You can have it. Tap me with the graphene too. Why not? Do it. Heck yeah. I'll take it. Wow, you had like nothing going on, huh? I always forget that this buffs that, which is kind of sweet. The Toxin. Fair enough. I'll go to 32 with you. What are you doing now? Surely nothing. Oh, that's annoying, actually. What card do you get here? Probably Mark. Maybe Art. No, Mark. Mark makes the most sense. Is felling worth it at this stage? I have 1 decompose. 1, 2, 3, so no. It is not worth it. No, it is worth it, because I'll get another one. Okay. That means I have to discard this, though. They're getting persuasive prognosis. So I don't have to discard that now. What the fuck? Is that even worth it? I think it is. So I get rid of this. They have persuasive with no buff. Sure. Oh, well, that was silly. I should have, well, I could tunic counter block with that. I think I might. I don't know, all of this just feels so wrong, but I like want to keep this card. No. I'm surprised they took that instead of like mark or something, because they could flick knives me and make this very awkward. So you, and you to make it a little bit bigger. I think I'm going to keep this card. Put that one on bottom. This is a matchup where I wish I had Mangle, which is in the new list that once Viszerai is gone. Is because like putting a counter on flick knives and then attacking them with a Mangle is like stupid strong. Because it forces so many cards out of them. Because none of their other equipment or blocking equipment per se, like sure they got mask, but they want to use that on like a very specific turn most of the time. Or with a specific hand sequence. So they don't actually have like very much blocking. If that makes sense. Okay. Arsenal U. Could double CYB. Command and Conquer. Kind of into it. I'm not going to block a dagger. Kiss of Death. That one is kind of annoying too, but I will take that. I'll gain more life from it. You have go again now. What are you going to do? Attack with your graphene and flick it? That make the most sense. Unless you want to play your arsenal. Yep. And then flick the kiss, so I go to 23. Yep. Alright. Alright, this is very telling. It's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a pummel. That's crazy. He's going to pummel me. They might just let it happen. Seeing so many cards in my hand. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. Back to 33. I want to play this. This is priority. I'm just like not blocking anything. This is weird. How was your all in Prism? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. We have no poppers. It's super annoying. Good game. Yeah, okay. That one's annoying, but this channel is going to be crazy. God, I'm so greedy. Up sticks. Uh-oh. Kiss of death. Gross. I guess Command and Conquer and get rid of you. This Kiss of Death is nasty, bro. I do have Frozen Death. I can do that. I think it's better to go channel, though. Why would you flick? I think it is correct to go ahead and do this. It's just annoying to them. Might be a good mask turn. No, it wouldn't because I have channel. I feel like this is not really a CYB deck the more I play it. And the reason I say that is because like the amount of 3 blocks is pretty low. You're not playing as defensively. Like most of my hands have just been like throw the thing. It's kind of crazy. What are you going to turn into? Orb Weaver. Holy D-React. So there's a few ways I can do this. Go here. Block with that. Mark of the Black Widow. I think I'm okay doing the D-React thing. So I expect a mantle. I think that would make the most sense here. They mantle me. You. So then they can mantle, turn it into something else. Stains is pretty good too. How do I feel about drawing a card? Don't feel amazing about it. They had no knife, which is pretty sweet. Is 7 better than a random card? Probably. I think it's a little risky to just draw randomly. It's just something like crap here, you know? Okay, it would have been an ice quake. This whole deck is just like, I feel like I much would have rather had just stalagmite into this. So what does this mean? Does this mean you're going to buff this somehow? Maybe a stains? If that's the case, then I'm not super concerned about this. And I have play lines no matter what. This gets go again from that. Infect is annoying. I think I will block this. They have a react, it's whatever. Okay. We knew about that react. That's fine. And that's it. All right, fair. Wild. Okay, well, I would like tempo, please. Thanks. I think they flicked their daggers a little too early. Or without having like a retrieve quick enough. So we can give them another frostbite and then also force them to get rid of a card. Rid of the arts. Okay, D-reacts are good. We like those. We could also block with these and then sledge back. Probably not terrible. Yeah, I will go ahead and block. Because I don't think they're really doing anything else. If they do, then it is what it is. They got another codex or something that would make sense. They've been sitting on that arsenal for a little bit, so it's time to do this. Okay. The slow chip. Ooh. I can plow under again. So I have two blocking options here. I want to play those. And then I want to play either plow under or command and conquer. Probably plow under. Okay, that's good. Makes sense. So they had no way to like get benefit because they had no dagger left, right? So they would need their next hand would have had to been this hand, so they could go tune a counter, pick up the point, scar for a scar, infect Arsenal Den, and then if they drew this instead, they would be probably okay at least. So that was a weird game. I just like didn't block for a lot of it, which is not super normal. But yeah. After Viz is gone, I think having these mangles, extra sink belows and unforgettings are going to be really, really strong. So we were playing the one that's a little more tailored towards like having Viszerai tech with the smacks and whatnot, but it's all good. So appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. That's going to be it for the stream, and I'm going to post all of these decks on the Discord, so make sure you are a member of the Discord. And feel free to comment in the live stream deck chat where we have that. Excited for the Guardian stuff. Hope you guys are too. We'll get back to it next week. We might play something a little bit different just to be, you know, just to mix it up. I kind of want to play some Victor or something like that. I think Victor is super fun. I think playing the more recent one that had like that all you gots in it and all that. I think that list is really cool. Yeah, I'll find it next time. All right, we'll see you guys. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.